ready. And up and go. Well, hello. I see you need to do some readjustments with my, what is it called? Technically my VTuber, but not really. But, yeah. Hello there. Hello everyone who is currently here. I'm just, figured I would just, do a little bit of drawing, you know? Just have a little fun. I haven't streamed since I did my commentary for episode 1. So, yeah, figured I'd do something here. Now, I am wondering, can I... Let's see. Actually, just 1 second, guys. 1 second. Don't worry, my mic is on. I just want to see something. That is... Let's see if I can get some non-copyrighted music playing. Let's see. I mean... Oops, that is probably playing. Let's see, let's shuffle. I don't want this per se, I want quiet. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's definitely copyrighted. Okay, it's getting rid... No, that's not what I want. Okay, there we go, that's what I wanted. That's better. Okay, I'm coming back. Well, hello guys. Yeah, PNG tuber, that's much better, yeah. Friend of mine, Blixamy, suggested using the software that I'm using, and it's called Honk. So it's free, and... Or no, was it free? If anything, it was like $10. I don't remember if it was free or not. It probably wasn't, but you know what? It was cheap. Let's go with that. And it works, because I thought if I ever wanted to stream during the day when Ruble was awake, then there's like no way my camera would accidentally capture him, you know? Gotta keep him secret. Keep him safe. So, as you see here, something is going on. And I don't think this is a spoiler. I don't think so. But you guys are more than welcome to speculate on what's going on. As you see, it's not exact, because I did some tweaking to the background, but after I did this storyboard. That's what I was gonna say. Also, let me know if the music's too loud. I will turn it down. Yeah. Now, I am thirsty, though. So, I think... Look, I have wireless headphones, but the range isn't the best, so what I could do... Here, give me a second. I'm going to go get a drink. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. Stream's starting soon. Yeah, right. Give me a moment here, guys. I'm going to change that to... I don't know why this has been messed up. It's been messed up ever since I got the new computer. So, there we go. Fixed it. Okay. Alright, let's see how well I stay connected. I'm going to get a drink, guys. Let's see. I'm going to fill up my water bottle, and I'm going to see if I can get some iced tea. So I can't see chat. I am going to be walking up the stairs. So I currently do not see chat, and my voice may cut out because the stairs have that effect. Oh, right. Ruble's Hot Wheels are on the stairs. Okay, I currently don't hear music. I'm assuming that means I have been cut out. But I will talk, just in case. Cause you never know. Oh, you know what? This water bottle needs a clean. Dang it, I won't use this one then. I'll use this one. And, is this cup clean? No! Ooh, this is cool music. Look at this cup. Up the iced tea. No! Oh well, just water then. Let's be healthy. I'm coming back downstairs. I'll see what I missed in chat. Oh no, my room. Okay, well, that's okay. He can fix it. I'll just tell him in the morning that I accidentally broke it, but he knows how to fix it. Okay. I have returned. Ugh. Okay. Okay. I return. So yeah, a reminder, if the music's too loud, just let me know. Okay. Alright, so things have kind of changed with how I storyboarded this. Initially, Matriarch here is not going to be sitting here anymore. And I'm also debating if I want the younger kids included. So, hello! I have not heard the news of Sodor Island 3D. Actually, I don't know if I've actually ever heard of Sodor Island 3D. You don't have to go into detail in the chat. But you're welcome to let me know. Because Blue Skunk Guy is one of my VAs, so... Also, Tweak is also one of my VAs. Hello! Oh my goodness, you're 18 now. That's crazy. You guys we're babies. And now here I am. Eventually will be middle-aged before I know it. Alright, so I need to figure out. Okay, I need to think logically. And I may, and and I need to also... Robin's down in the room here too, because we share an office, so I might ask him questions. So... what do you guys think? Let's see. Maybe you guys can influence how I do this scene here. Do you think little kids that are like 8 and under would participate in family news that is kind of negative? Because I'm assuming no. But I also don't want the kids just to like disappear. And I haven't like prepared for it, you know? Oh, you guys were babies when you first found me. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm assuming kids, because I mean, okay, I probably was childish a lot longer than I should have. So, I wouldn't personally have cared, but I'd be curious to know what's going on. But I also know the personalities that I've given these characters. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading. Oh, Tabby Cat. That's great. Yeah, because, like... I don't know if this revelation would be a spoiler or not. All I'll say is that it is, the date. I'll say the date, and I'll let you guys come up with it on your own. The date is in August of 1914. So if you know your history, something significant happened around that time. Not necessarily in August, but specifically 1914, okay? So if any of you are into history, you'll probably know what's going on. Yeah. So, it's possible the little kids would be included with that, but... I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking at the very least I might have them in... Do I have this room? I do. I could have them playing with toys. Because I do have one character who's like a mother hen. She's one of 2 daughters out of 11 kids. So she would probably want to be with the kids. I think Raven's on the right trajectory. Is it trajectory, Robin? Am I saying it right?
The path that something follows?
Yeah.
Trajectory, yes.
Trajectory. Okay. Yes. But yeah. So, yeah, I think, yeah, I should have at least the two youngest ones back there. Oh, shoot. How old would they have been? Well, the youngest was definitely 2. He would not have cared what significant worldly event was going on during that time. The other one would have been 3 or 4. And then the daughter would have been about 6. And then she would have been around 7 or 8. Okay, so obviously he would be around 9 or 10. He would be included because he sees his big older brothers being included. So I think, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But I'm also debating, do I do like the classic anime thing where like they're technically not moving, you know? Also, I flipped the page. I flipped this. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the word. This storyboard. It's supposed to say table stuff, because that's just what. Yeah, table stuff. But now I'm like, they wouldn't have to wait until suppers. But the table was the main conversation piece. So if anything, they would have ashtrays. And maybe bowls of sunflower seeds to kind of lighten the tension. Yeah, that's right. I said ashtrays. I will sadly admit that my great-grandfather, he was a smoker, as was his father, and as were probably all of his brothers. So, yeah. You're gonna see smoking. It's so weird to draw. It is so weird, guys. Like, I didn't grow up in a household smoking. Like, it's weird for me, you know? Like, so it's just weird. That's all I can say. It's just weird animating smoke coming from cigarettes. That's, yeah. Yeah, definitely times are stressful. Now, I probably will have to rearrange my current backgrounds, but that's okay. Definitely different era, that's for sure. Am I sitting on my blanket? No, that's just my chair. Hose Hounds. I remember when that aired. Good times. I didn't have that channel, though, at home, so I'd only watch it when I was at, like, family friends' houses. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. These 3 will be playing. She's going to be, like, listening. She would understand what a war is, and he would be involved. Now, I want to see... Okay, so I think I'm going to spread them out. So Jesse would be here. I think Gideon would be here. Amos here. No. I need to... Okay, I need to figure this out. So... Where's my red? Okay. So... Pete is sitting here. Maria is sitting here. So, back here. Back here. I already drew a background where Peter is like right here. So Peter. And then I know, right, Blue Skunk? I remember liking this show, but it was also kind of... I don't mean this in a mean way, but it was kind of dumb in the same sense that SpongeBob is kind of dumb, you know? Like, again, I'm not meaning this in like a mean way, just you know, sometimes shows were just dumb. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Okay, so Conrad would be right here because he talks directly to Mom. And then I think okay. Okay, so Jesse be here. I think Paul would be here. And I think Amos would be here. And Joseph would be here. Yeah, Mel, it's a little crazy. I guess it's just, I guess the perception of time is different for you guys compared to me. Because, like, now that my prime, per se, of being a young adult is mostly gone, like, I'm still technically in my prime. Let's be real. I'm in my 30s. 30s are kind of considered prime still. But the young 20s, or like your 20s, are definitely your prime, and that's when you're considered a young adult. Well, I don't feel like a young adult anymore. So it just seems like time has gone by so quickly. While for many of you guys who were kids and who are now teenagers, that perception of time probably feels like both it went so fast but also so slow at the same time. So yeah, that's kind of how it feels for me. It's just like when people are like, I watched you for this long. I'm more like, has it been that long? You know? That's kind of how I, think of it. Alright, am I missing anyone? We got Paul, Peter, Amos, Jesse. Gideon! I'm missing Gideon. Think? No. I can't have Gideon there. Let's see. Where should Gideon go? Okay, I have him speaking. Sorry, I have to go through what is in the script, and obviously I don't want to show you guys the script. Oh, that's insane. Oh, well, congratulations, gentle wisps. Secret mom tips? No. Only just, maybe just some truths you need to learn is that you're going to make mistakes. I have apologized to Ruble on so many things. I was like, I screwed up there, buddy. I am so sorry. Or like, I handled this wrong. Just be, you just gotta be ready to say, you just gotta be ready to say I'm sorry. When, obviously you can't when they're a baby. Like, yeah, you can say sorry, but they're not gonna understand. But when they're older and like communicating with you, that's when you have to really like start saying like, hey, I'm sorry, I handled this wrong, I did this wrong. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy. That's all I can say. And yeah. Yeah. That's it. Thankfully, Ruble has forgiven me for the times I've screwed up. So, yeah. Okay. Now I think I can finally start drawing. I put Peter all the way back there in the thing. Alright. So let's dull that down. Oh, very much so. Yeah, very much so. I think I'm gonna do the classic anime thing where it's a still frame and it pans. Now, what? No, I kind of decided that I'm gonna not have people smoking in this scene. Um, yeah, we'll just don't. No, I don't want Phil. Stop. 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 Okay. There we go. Oh boy. Yeah. So, sorry. Sometimes when I'm talking on stream, like, it's like one of the few times I can actually, like, talk to people, but at the same time, it's distracting. um, because I've found that I sometimes have a hard time talking and drawing at the same time. Like, I usually draw in silence. So I find it like I can do it, but I find I go much slower when I'm actually like, drawing and talking to people. Oh wait, no, his ears are drawn down. Well, things are going. It's a long weekend, so I am looking forward to a break. We're gonna be planting some flowers tomorrow. Um, feeling more and more proud of our yard. You know, we moved last year, so I'm just happy we have a more proper yard this time, and like Rubel has a trampoline, and like he has a tent swing. I actually feel happy to go in my yard. And like in the previous, like in our townhouse previously had, like I don't want to diss the place. It was good for our needs at the time. And then just yeah, and then the yard was just small. There wasn't much we could do about it. And so it just never felt truly welcoming. And, I mean, not the fact that the previous homeowners here built a covered, like, shaded deck. Oh my goodness, that has been a game changer because I hate being in the sun. Oh! I can't see your full name for some reason. Thank you. Hold on. Can I have my cursor over you? I can't. Why can't I? Hold on. Pinky Droid. Thank you, Pinky Droid. So it's called Honk. And it's called Honk. I believe it's like $10. But yeah, as long as you're able to, you know, you have to draw the mouth flaps, but then it automatically does it for you, as well as like makes your character blink, and yeah. So I really liked it. It's the same thing that Blixamy uses in her streams. So I actually like was able to ask her. It's like, hey, like I really like what you did there. I was just wondering, like, and I explained the reason. Like, I would like to stream more. I mean, life has, life gets in the way, of course. But yeah. And then she was like, oh yeah, this is what I use. And then we got chatting for a little bit, and yeah. Fruits and vegetables. I do have the space for it, but admittedly, I'm not much of a vegetable fruit gardener. I prefer just having flowers. But I won't, what's the word? What are the words I'm looking for? I can see it. Oh my goodness, I totally missed the table there. Whoops. Let's shift him back here. I could see it happening, especially if Rubel's like, I want to grow this and I want to grow this, then we'll grow them. Probably like pumpkins and stuff are like a good one. We tried doing a vegetable garden before, and like I said, the yard just wasn't very conducive to having a vegetable garden, just because we didn't get enough light where it was. So, because the way our townhouse was positioned in terms of the sun was that the main house was facing like towards the east, So we get a whole bunch of sun in the morning, but then once it reaches a certain point, we're in the shadow the whole rest of the day. So, and then we had a tree, and the garden was initially under the tree, so you can imagine not a lot of sun. So, yeah. Sorry, I just want to make sure I have caught up on this. But yeah, I think it's like $10, but I could be wrong. It's been a little bit of a while since I got this. And let's be real, my memory is kind of all over the place because lots have been going on. But yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm hoping, well, if this gets eventually dinged for music because I technically haven't, uh, what's the word? Not credited the creator because, like, I think it's like using the proper terminology and stuff. Okay, I think Peter needs to be a little bit lower on the table. Let's see. For rocks and seaweed. Oh my, that's one I haven't heard before. I can understand maybe the seaweed, but rocks. I mean, like I said, or like I said in the video before, there was uh the smell of wiper fluid. And I wasn't obviously huffing it. I would never do that. But, you know, if I sprayed it in the winter, clearing my windshield, and it'd be like, oh, that smells good, and that's it. Oh, that's good. Excuse me. Alright, I think Peter should be there. And, let's see. Yeah, I would think it's an earthy kind of smell. I would agree with you there. Okay, so now Jesse boy. Jesse boy. So let's see if I can. Oh my goodness, it did it again. Sometimes it does that. Okay, come on. Because the layer is locked. Usually I double click it and it goes away, but I realized I accidentally clicked this. Yeah. Oops, wrong layer. There we go. I think I know what you're talking about. Ooh. Certain smell. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I associate more with like people's homes or like certain people themselves. Some people just have a smell, and I don't mean this like a gross like oh you stink smell. Like just some people have a smell. You go to their house and it smells the exact same way. And so like I used to have a friend who had that smell, and it wasn't like I loved the smell or anything. I just noticed she had a smell, and I'd go to her house, and her house smelled exactly like it. Now I don't know if I crave the smell per se, but I do know those moments where like, you know, if I ever smelled that sounds weird. Smell that smell again, you know, it'll be like, oh, that's of my friend. Anyways, crisp winter air, soft autumn breeze. You know what? I think I'd probably prefer the autumn breeze because it could still be a little warm. Hello, Misty. Oh, that's for sure. You know, funny enough, actually, Robin used to have a smell. If he's listening to this, he's gonna be like, "What now?" But like, I remember like when we were dating, and I go to his parents' house, and it had a smell, and I can't smell it anymore because probably I smell like it now. But you know, that was just the way it was. I'm not getting it I'm not getting his emotions right. Book smell. Now, okay, Robin's a book guy, and if he's listening, he may chip in, because he is across the room from me, but he's doing his own thing. But old books have a smell. It's neither a good smell or a bad smell, it's just a smell. And you only get it through books for some reason. You know? Smell pretty girly. I'm having troubles figuring out Jesse's face. Yes. Oh, yeah. He was listening. Hi, Robin. Yes! I mean, I've spoken to him about the smell thing before, so he is aware. That's how things are. It's true. I just worry that I smell bad sometimes. It can be quite comforting. Is this what I want to go for his emotion? Actually, gathering cards. You can't escape Robin. He's everywhere. I mean, I have amassed a collection of older books because, you know, history and train books are my jam, so yeah. 'Tis true. 'Tis true. Oh, yes. I was gonna say good times, but I mean, I know my pregnancy obviously wasn't the worst thing in the world. I wouldn't say it was the best thing in the world, but, you know, you know, it was, you know, it was a time. Actually, no. Now, how would I hold my hands if I was feeling what he's feeling? Sorry, I'm replicating. Sometimes when I don't know how I want a character to feel, I act it out. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm acting out. But you can't see it. Let's see. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, yes. We would like that too. Right now it's kind of like mixed in with our living room, which is not a bad thing, because we also have a coffee station. But, it would be nice to have just like a book nook. Right. Is this how I want to go for? Still not the greatest at drawing hands. Then again, who is a master at drawing hands? Not me. Oh goodness, I gave him a girl's waist. Whoops! A feminine waist. You know, men are typically more blocky, so I gotta give him more like a blocky kinda. Excuse me. I need a drink. I'm glad you like the way I draw hands. Misty, you almost made me spit take. Oh. Yeah, he accidentally became thick there, but now he's no more. He's no longer thick. um, this is a scene where, let's just say, the family has received some news. They've received some news. I actually want to just check something out here. I want to... Give me a second, guys. I just gotta check something out here. Sorry, I just gotta... I can't look at chat right now. I'm on my other screen right now and it's blocking things. Yeah. Yeah, this scene will make sense once it comes out. And I mean, like, if things go well, like, maybe it'll be out by this summer? I can't guarantee when this will come out, though. Just, you know, there have been some changes, you know. I got some information from a living relative about a scene, so I was like, oh, I have to add this in here. So a scene had to get changed to add in his information, and then I might get some new information, actually, because I got in contact with another relative. So it's been pretty cool. Alright, I'm back now. Let's see. Who is AI? You know, artificial intelligence. Hold on. Let me catch up on the chat that I was not paying attention to during that time. Oh boy, yeah, I drew so much. I've realized I probably need to add a bench, but that will come in due time. Alright. No, I don't need another circle. I got this circle. I got a circle. Oh boy. If ever you find my old DeviantArt, you'll find how much I've grown. Let's just say that, how much I've grown. Obviously, I'm not the best artist in the world. There are a lot better people out there. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you get good at your own thing. And this is what I like to do. Really? Well, I mean, I'm sketching actually a lot slower because, like I said, I'm talking. So, Lixie, you haven't seen me in a while. Well, hello, welcome back. There was some MS Paint stuff, but then Robin was so gracious on my 19th birthday. We were only dating for like 5 months. He bought me my first tablet, and it came with Coral Paint Essentials. So that kind of it got me into more digital art because I was just using a mouse and MS Paint before then, and that's not bad. You know, it's not bad. It's just, you know, it's just one of those things. You have a journey, right? And you work with what you have. Ooh, I made his... What is that little, like... I don't want to say, like... The little thing here. What is that called on cats? The little split lip thing? What is it? Does it have a name? Or is it just a split lip? You know, actually, it was also Robin who taught me about layering. I didn't know I could do it on Coral. I guess I just never explored it, or I did it wrong before. So, I wasn't layering at the time, and then Robin's like, oh, can you do onion layering? Yeah.
Scheming.
You were scheming?
Onion.
Oh,
Skinning.
that's what I said, onion skinning?
No, you said onion layering.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Ogres. Ogres have layers.
That was great, Robin. Thank you. Oh, when are we showing Rubal's Shrek? Till he's like 8 or 9 or something? Okay, he's not responding to me now. Yes, it is fantastic when Robin pipes up in the background. I mean, you could if you practiced. Rubal's been drawing recently. And he's been learning how to draw monster trucks. Onions have layers and ogres have layers. I actually have one of Rubal's monster truck drawings on my wall right beside me. Robin, I know what you're doing. Yeah, that's fair, Raven. We all have our preferences. I definitely watched too much Shrek when I was... It came out when I was like 8 or 9. Of course I loved it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he drew Megalodon for me, and he did it because the channel that I have allowed for him to watch, I have very much made sure I have, you know, limited what he can watch. You know, they were like, hey, let's teach you how to draw monster trucks. And so they were drawing Megalodon from Monster Jam, and so I have a Monster Jam on my wall. It is great. You know what? I have only seen bits and pieces of the musical. And do I mention the fact that your music teacher made you sing a song from it, Robin? Or no?
It's from Shrek the Musical. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Shrink that a little bit because he's a bit smaller. He'd be around here. Yeah, Robin's music teacher in college got him to sing. Do you remember the name of the song? I don't remember the name, but I just know it goes, but I like you anyway, or something like that. Oh. Frick, it did it again. I don't know why. Also, when did I... Apparently I have 2 knit layers now. Okay. Okay, then. Misty knows. Misty knows.
Translated the Japanese.
Oh. Oh, that's what you... I thought you were just writing gibberish.
No.
Okay.
I know Japanese. You know this.
I know, but I just thought you were saying something random in Japanese. It's not Cloud Cat reigns supreme.
Worst part is I have to orate the Japanese because I don't know kanji.
Oh. some river. uh, I need another drink. You see, Robin was on Duolingo a few years ago, learning Japanese. I guess we will not be. Yeah, thank you, Robin. But with the whole AI thing going on, I don't think Robin's gonna be learning Japanese anytime soon. The Tone River is... That's quite the sentence. Alright, take care, Lixie. Kittens are cute! Oh... I am terrible at learning languages. I can read some French, just a little bit, but I am not very good at it. I'm just not a language person. I always like misinterpreted every like project in French too. And so I'd be that one person be like, I did my project like this, and everyone else did the like that, and I'd be like, well, now I feel like an idiot. It also didn't help that I think my French teacher kind of lost patience with me after a while. Wee. And then I thought I'd be done learning French in grade 9, but they're like, nope, one more year, grade 10. And it's like, grah! Kittens are cute. Oof. I must be feeling it because I just had a moment where I just zoned out there. I am a little tired. Or when am I not tired? Let's be real. Let's be real. Fur's Art Corner. Aw, that's so sweet. And hello there. I wish I could like share some like trivia, but I don't know what would be spoiler or not, and I don't want to go into spoiler territory, especially with Till We Meet Again. I mean, obviously. Sounds good. I'm gonna make his elbows too long, aren't I? I'm just there. And like, there's also part of me that like wants to show you guys what I've got so far, but again, spoilers. Like, I don't want to spoil you guys. My VAs are being spoiled because, you know, they get to see what's been going on. But, you know, I can't spoil you guys. Can you tell I'm in my 30s? Woo! Yeah. I'm always tired. Hey, join the club, Misty. We can be tired together. Oh, lollipops. Why is my leg itchy? Ah! There we go. Whoa, missed up there. Whoops, there we go. Indeed. God dang it. Is Amos's nose triangular? I think it is. I used to be so good at remembering patterns, and now I'm like referring back to these ones. Like, well, except for Peter and Marta. I'm gonna get Peter and Marta's down pretty well, but everyone else's, I'm like always like looking back. I mean, this is actually more like 18/adults that I've seen in a while, because you know, as you can imagine, my content, that's what I meant to say, content, you know, attracts a younger audience. So like, it is actually kind of unusual to have more adults here. My goodness. I'm not meaning this in a mean way. Sorry, it's just like, it's interesting that people, then like now you're like the third or fourth person who's asked. No, I'm quite pleased. So it's called Honk. And it's like, I think $10 to purchase, and you just draw out PNGs to use as like a VTuber. So I did have to draw all these like mouth flaps as well as the blinking and whatnot, but yeah, that that is. I now just realized I think the whiskers are behind the eyes. Whoops. Well, you know what? I'll fix that another time. For now, you can see that Alicia's whiskers are behind the eyes. Whoops. It probably has been lavender. I know, I haven't been live streaming as much lately. It's just, you know, life has changed, you know? When you're concealing your son's identity, you know, you can't go live as much as he used to. Oh, don't say that. Stop, Robin. You know, I hate it when you say that. I don't like imagining that. Robin has the body of effectively, well, the knees of a 70-year-old. Which is, you know what? We used to say that all the time, Rob, and now your parents are in their 70s, and that just puts things on a whole new level.
Yep.
Snap, crackle, pop. You know, I don't necessarily have chronic pain, but this is something actually Robin and I talked about. And it's like, I deal with hurt feet quite a bit, and that's usually just because I'm probably standing too long. And now, like, granted that I have some things going against me when it comes to, okay, to like hurt feet. For example, I'm overweight, so I've got extra weight on me, and I am not in shape. Um, and and I also know that I do have a low pain tolerance, and I probably have sensory stuff going on. You know, I for sure am ADHD. You know, wouldn't be surprised if I end up being autistic since Rubel's autistic. Um, but like the thing with my feet is that, you know, I don't know what I'm feeling is normal or not. Because like how can you compare people's pain? You kind of can't, you know? So, um so I could say like, oh, my feet hurt, but someone would be like, yeah, mine do too, and they could feel completely different, but like they could also be the exact same. I don't know if my foot pain is, normal or not. You know? That's my 2 cents there. Is that I think I get feet pain, but I do have factors going against me. You know what? I'm gonna make his head turned more like, more towards his parents. Actually, this is a child. He needs to be smaller. I need to make sure he's not bigger than Peter. I don't address everyone in chat, and that's just my bad. I just, I get talking. But I also don't want to, like, single people out all the time. But I do not speak Japanese, so I have no idea what you're saying. Alright, take care, Fur's Art Corner. I'll just say Fur. Have a good night. And yes, I'm looking forward to when episode 2 is finished. Oh, yeah. But you know what, Blue Skunk Guy? Sometimes I do that. And then I get a cramp. It works sometimes. Whoops. It works sometimes, and then it doesn't work sometimes. But yeah, and also I've been having to wear a wrist brace when I'm on my computer. Like, I'm not wearing one now because when I'm drawing my tablet, I'm like holding my wrist in a better way. But when I'm just like using my mouse, I have to wear a wrist brace. I believe it's carpal tunnel. Oh, thank you. I think he has a round nose. Oh my goodness, I made his face really round. I'm gonna have to fix that. But yeah, so if I'm just chilling on my computer and I'm not drawing, I'm wearing a wrist brace. Maybe that's chronic pain. I don't know. It could lead to chronic pain, probably. That's why I'm wearing a wrist brace. I'm trying to be careful. Gotta be careful, because you could get chronic pain. Okay. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I was thinking of one thing that I saw at something else. Yeah, I can see that. You didn't miss much, Raven. Maybe just like me rambling about something, but that's about it. Yeah, he can have his hands clasped. Clasped. That's weird word. Clasped. Clasped. I'm in a basement. I can't see out my window because there is no windows in this office. I mean, hey Robin, how are you doing?
What?
Mr. Game Player asked how are you doing? Okay. So let's see how that looks. Ah, shoot, you won't be able to see the little kids back there very well. But you know what? I think I could arrange it. But for now, I should draw these guys out. So, Let's at least get some drawing, because I've been mainly sketching this whole time. There. Okay. I mean, I get it. I'd be kind of nervous if Ruble wanted to do lives, even if he was 18, but we'll see. We'll see where he is when he's 18. Would we ever do a cruise? I don't know. I don't know if we'd ever do a cruise. Like, part of me is intrigued, but part of me is also kind of scared. Like, I think I'm just more nervous about the what ifs, you know? Maybe the Titanic didn't help me out with that, but, you know, I saw Titanic probably when I was way younger than I should have been. Yeah, I mean, you know, parents were watching it on TV, and of course I was like, what is this? But then they're like, you shouldn't watch this, and I was just like, but I want to see, and they're like, okay. Yeah, but I have never left the continent. I've been in the United States, and I've been in Mexico, but I have never left, and I would love to one day. Love to go to England, Germany. Robin wants to see what is it? It's in Czechia?
What is?
The place you want, one of the places you
Prague?
want. Yes, you want to see Prague. That's in Czechia, right? Okay. What else? Yeah, did I say Germany? Oh, the Scandinavian countries. I would love to go there too. I mean, I'm a history buff, so of course I'd be like, I'd love to go to Norway to explore my roots. 'Cause, you know, actually Ancestry.ca revised my DNA testing that they did a while back. I guess they got more information. Turns out I'm slightly more German than they thought. But I'm still pretty Scandinavian too. Yes, the Denmark and the Netherlands sounds like a really cool place too. I've never really, other than like maybe I'd like to visit Japan once, but I've never really like had any desire to visit like places like Thailand or like most of Southeast Asia. I don't know why. Just the part of the world just like doesn't interest me in terms of like me being a tourist. I don't know. I'd like to see Australia. Um, Now is there anywhere in Africa I'd like to go? I don't know. Never really thought of visiting like any country in the continent of Africa. That would be pretty cool though. He was. I think he still likes it, but he's kind of moved on to monster trucks and Hot Wheels right now. But he's still occasionally like we're not that far away from a railway, so like occasionally we'll hear the train, like we'll see the train go by when we're driving by, and we'll be like, "Oh, it's a train," and he's like, "Where?" But that's about it now. You'll probably come back to it, because I was the exact same way. I kind of forgot about Thomas for many years, and then I'd come back, and then I'd forget about it and come back. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's the same way. Oh, I got a piece of lip. Alright. I'm getting tired, guys, so I might call it quits soon. We're tired adults. And not to mention, like, drawing scenes like this can get exhausting, and I don't want to push it. Okay, there's like a piece of dry lip sticking out. Get off my lip. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, I think I got it. The 10 is a blue collar, indeed. But maybe you'll have a green collar then. Ugh. Alright, have a good night, Misty. Yes, take care. It is past 11 p.m. for me, so I'm feeling it. I'll finish drawing Jesse, and then I'll probably call it quits. I mean, he's gotten better at not, well, like, I have to, I don't know who Dribble is. Like, Ruble will occasionally wake us up, but only when he needs to, because he's fairly independent now. Like, he can make his own bowl of cereal, and he can entertain himself, and he knows that if he ever has an issue, like, he can wake us up. It's not like he's banned from a room until a certain time, And he likes to snuggle with us, So it's like, he knows. Give him a bit of time. He knows how to tell time, and then he's like, oh, it's time, and then he'll wake us. Well, okay, it depends on the time, because we might already be awake, but we're just kind of chilling, because Robin and I are not morning people. Like, we're just not morning people at all. And so we might be awake, but we're not ready to get up. But if he needs us, we're there. But he also knows that he's welcome. He is always welcome. I forgot Peter's whiskers. Whoops. I'll actually have to... I mean... He's never been, like, that excited during Christmas. Like, I don't want to say he's not excited for Christmas, because he is, but he's never been like, it's Christmas! And then wakes us up. He's never done that. He's just woken us up because he's part of a routine, Like, he's autistic. He likes routines. Yeah, 8 hours of sleep is like a dream now. It's ideal. Do I always get it? No. Sometimes it's my own fault, and sometimes it's out of my control. Sometimes I have to go through nights where I have to go get melatonins, Melatonins, that's not the way you say it. I have to get melatonin, you know? know if I ever woke up my parents. Like, I don't remember. Like I said, I'm not a morning person, but like, I don't know how early I would have woken up as a kid. Like, I'm sure I woke up early, but then after a point, I was just like, I hate mornings. Yeah, so. Aw, that's nice to hear, R2D2. And then, yeah. I mean, I think to be fair, our parents also, like, my parents also instilled that we had to wait. So, like, we couldn't just, like, go and open presents as soon as we were all awake. We had to wait for certain family members to arrive. So that could be our grandparents, or that would be, you know, sometimes our cousins, or, you know, they would just have to, my parents would just say, like, wait until X amount of time. And it's probably for the best they did that. Okay, Jesse's done, so I should probably call it quits soon, but I'll just finish up here. Yeah, so yeah, it was usually just we had to wait for someone. I mean, my grandparents only lived like 10 minutes away from us at the time, so yeah, we'd have to wait for them. You know, I'm sure I did that once, but I just don't remember. But yeah, oh. But speaking of story times, I got a kind of update on Safety Officer. And it just turns out she was just a jerk to everyone and not just me. So she wasn't like targeting me or anything. She got corrupted. That's what I like to say, because there's just some former employees there also would say that they just noticed when bus drivers would start working in that office, they would change. And so we called it corruption, and she definitely got corrupted. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just they've always been those kind of people, and they were given power, and they're just like, you know? But, yeah. But, yeah, she was a jerk to basically everyone. She did get fired, though. Of course, I don't know why she got fired, but I heard she got fired. So, but this was a few years ago, apparently. It's probably for the best. There are competitors now, and we're doing pretty well, let's just say. So, I'm glad I left when I did. Yeah. A restaurant worker! Oh yeah! You wouldn't be a morning person when you have to work late like that. You are correct. But yeah, it's just like when some people get like a bunch of money, they change. It's similar to just any form of power. You know? And that's why I hope if I ever suddenly acquire a large sum of money, that I hope I never change. You know, there aren't a lot of things I desire. I don't want a bigger house, you know, I don't want the, you know, fanciest cars. Like, would it be kind of cool to get a brand new model of car? Oh, of course it'd be cool. But, you know, I don't desire it. You know, just you know, if I had a bunch of money, I just want to be able to remain being comfortable and accessible effectively to my friends, my family, and just, you know, and try to be more giving person. That's what I would love to do. You know, a lot of people can also say this exact same thing, then they also acquire a large sum of money, and then they do the exact opposite of what they say. So that's why I say, you know, I hope if that ever happened to me, which I don't think it would, but, you know, if it ever happened, I hope to remain the same person. Because I even saw how YouTube fame kind of was, I don't know if it necessarily changed me per se, but it changed my attitude on things. You know, for a while I was gaining notoriety, and like other YouTubers or animator YouTubers were noticing me. And then I started making videos for the sake of making videos and getting attention, and people noticed kind of a quality drop. And so, that's when I realized I was starting to change, and that's why I would never want to do YouTube for money, like that's just I just know myself now. And I saw how it was. It was nice while it lasted. I'm happy where I am. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I would, if I definitely if I acquired a large sum of money, I would want to make sure that Ruble went to had a great education, and had a good start in life, it would be nice. A newborn xenomorph onesie, that's quite the onesie, that's for sure. Yeah. But on that note, if I'm yawning like this, then I should probably yeah. The blue collar. Yeah. Yep. It was our wedding color. In fact, anyone's color of collar was at least one of their wedding colors. So fun lore fact right there. I think a lot of people knew that, but I know there's also newer people here who don't. So that is the lore drop. I use collars kind of like wedding rings. So, that's why younger kid characters don't have them. Sorry. Sorry I made you yawn. Kid characters don't have collars. And some people might have if I ever did a commission and someone had a collar, I would obviously draw it because it's not my lore, it's their lore, right? And yeah, you know. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, the yawns have kicked in. And yeah, so I decided I would just make that my lore. So if Ruble ever gets married, he'll have a collar too. But he is a kid, and we have no idea what his future holds. So, it's always an if. He may never get married. He may never have kids. The future is unknown. That's just how it is. Anyways, I should probably stop the music because I'm getting ready to call it a night. There we go. Well, thanks for joining, guys. It was... Oh, yeah. Yep. You got to learn the lore now. Yeah, I'm in the stage of life where a lot of my friends and family are married, so yeah. I think almost all of my friends, almost all of them, are married. All my siblings are married. Actually, all my siblings have kids now. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, marriage is nice, but it does not need to be an end goal for everyone. But yeah, thanks for joining in on the stream, guys. I don't know if I never know when I'm gonna stream because it usually is just on a whim. But for sure, I will stream the commentary once episode 2 comes out. And I don't have a specific date for that. For that, I know obviously uh I will stream it, and I'm hoping it's for summer. But yeah, so I will talk about stuff then. And yeah, we'll see if I stream again. If I don't, I'll see you at the premiere of episode 2. Alright, well, have a good night, you guys. And let's see if it'll display the right one. I've been noticing it's not necessarily displaying the right thing. So if it's not, I will fix it before I go. So yeah, have a good night, guys.